Hello students, welcome back to my class. And in the previous video we completed the second part of chapter 3, discovering Tut. The saga continues from class 11th, book Hornbill. And so we already have completed the two parts of this chapter, okay, and this is the third part. So in the previous part what we discussed is we discussed about three kings, right? Three kings from King Tut's dynasty. So the first king was Amenhotep III, and then he was succeeded by Amenhotep IV, and after Amenhotep IV there came Akhenaten, who attacked on Amun god, and he destroyed his images and temples, everything, okay, because he was against of that thing, right? And then he went a little bit wakey, means he got crazy in the drowsiness of his power. And then after Akhenaten's death, a mysterious ruler named Smenkhare appeared briefly and existed with hardly a trace. After Akhenaten there came one more ruler, but that ruler existed only for a short period, okay, and that's why there is no trace of that ruler in the history, right? Only name is given there. So he existed only for a little time, only for a short time. And then a very young Tutankaten, and then came a very young ruler, Tutankaten, means Tut. The short form of Tutankaten is Tut, okay. So this ruler came in the world then, okay. He took the throne. King Tut, as he is widely known today, as I already have told you, he is known, Tutankaten is known as King Tut. Widely he is famous by this name. Now, the boy king soon changed his name to Tutankhamun, okay. His name was Tutankaten, and widely he is known as King Tut. But he himself changed his name from Tutankaten to Tutankhamun. Okay, why did he change his name? Living image of Amun, and oversaw a restoration of the old ways. Okay, actually he changed his name in the name of God Amun. Okay, and that's why the last letters of his name were Tutankhamun. Right. So he changed his name to pay respect towards God Amun. Now, then after that, he reigned for about 9 years and then died unexpectedly. Now, King Tut reigned over Egypt for 9 years, okay, and then he died unexpectedly. Means nobody expected that he would die. He would die at such a young age, right? So he died. Now, after that, regardless of his fame and the speculations about his fate, Tut is one mummy among many in Egypt. And speculations and fame, due to his speculations and his fames, he had become a mummy. He was buried into the form of a mummy. How many? Now there are many mummies in Egypt, okay, and as King Tut was very much famous amongst them, so his mummy is very famous. No one knows how many mummies are there, okay, in Egypt, in that valley of kings. How many mummies are there? How many mummies have been buried or kept there in the valley of king? Nobody knows that, okay. Egyptian Mummy Project. This is the name of a project, Egyptian Mummy Project. So Egyptian Mummy Project, which began an inventory in late 2003, has recorded almost 600 so far and is still outcoming. Okay, Egyptian Mummy Project. This project recorded 600 mummies and still it is going on. Means in 2003, this project declared that there were 600 mummies and still they were getting the mummies, they were discovering the mummies. Okay, means the work was not over yet. Okay, there were some more mummies. Now, the next phase, scanning the mummies with a portable CT machine donated by the National Geography Society, Siemens its manufacturer. Okay, and the next step, next phase in that is scanning the mummies. Okay, and the scanner machine was donated to the department by National Geographic Society, and Simons, who is the creator or the manufacturer of this machine. So that fellow and that organization donated that machine to the archaeologists or the archaeology department. Now, King Tut is one of the first mummies to be scanned in death as in life, moving regally ahead of his countrymen. Okay, and out of all those mummy, King Tut's mummy was the first mummy which was scanned first time in that scanner. Okay, and then it was followed by the other mummies. A CT machine scanned the mummy head to toe, creating 1700 digital X-ray images in cross section, and that CT machine scanned the mummy of Tut, okay, from head to toe, and created 1700 images of that mummy after scanning. Okay, X-ray images in cross sections. Tut's head scanned in 0.62 millimeter slices to register its intricate structures, takes one eerie detail in the resulting image. Okay, and King Tut's head was scanned at the ratio of 0.62 millimeter. Okay, because archaeologists wanted to get some details from his mind. Okay, so it was scanned at a very precise point, at a very precise measurement, that was 0.62. And very eerie details came out. Eerie means strange details. After scanning Tut's head, very strange details came out. And what were those details? What were the results of scanning King Tut's head? With Tut's entire body similarly recorded, a team of specialists in radiology, forensics and anatomy began to probe the secrets that the winged goddesses of a gilded burial shrine protected for a long time. Okay, means they came to know that the winged goddesses which were painted or which were carved on the burial cabin, on the wall of the burial cabin, so those goddesses protected Tut's mummy for so long. Okay, due to those goddesses, Tut's mummy was protected and it was safe. Now, the night of the scan, workmen carried Tut from the tomb in his box. Okay, and when the scanning was going on, in whichever night the scanning was going on, so at that time, workmen carried out Tut's mummy, okay, from his tomb. Workmen carried the coffin box out from his tomb. Okay, tomb. I already have shown you the tomb of King Tut, and means the burial place, what we call in Hindi Maqbara, in English monument or tomb. Okay, so that coffin box was brought out from that burial place or from that tomb. Like pallbearers, they climbed a ramp and a flight of stairs into the swirling and outside, then rose on a hydraulic lift into the trailer that held the scanner. Now what happened? Tut's mummy was brought out. Tut's mummy was brought out. So it was carried out by the pallbearers. These people are called pallbearers. The persons, the people, those who carry the coffin box of a dead body to the burial ground or to the burial place. So those persons are known as pallbearers. Okay, and some other fellows who carry something, who carry the load, okay, burden, those are also known as pallbearers. Okay, so King Tut's body, King Tut's coffin was brought out from his tomb by the pallbearers. And they climbed the ramp, and then they climbed the stairs, swirling stairs, and they took this coffin box put this coffin box on a hydraulic, and then that hydraulic took that mummy to the trailer. Trailer means, this is called trailer, this kind of a cabin, movable cabin, okay, so that is called trailer. So in this kind of a trailer, not exactly this trailer was there, but this kind of a trailer was there, okay, where the scanning machine was there. So that body was carried to this trailer by the hydraulic with the help of pallbearers. Means those people, those workmen carried the dead body like pallbearers. Actually those people were not pallbearers. Now 20 minutes later, two men emerged sprinting for an office nearby and returned with a pair of white plastic fins. And after 20 minutes, since the body was taken to the trailer, since after 20 minutes since then, two persons came out of that cabin, okay, sprinting means running quickly, okay, and then they carried two white fans along with them. Now why did they carry those two white fans? Let's see. The $1 million scanner had quit because of sand in a cooler fan, okay, and that $1 million of scanner machine, that had already quitted, okay. Why? Because its cooler fan stopped working. Its cooler fan stopped working, okay, and that's why they needed those white fans. That's why they carried those white fans. Curse of the Pharaoh joked a guard nervously, and there was a guard present over there. So that guard joked nervously that this is the curse of Pharaoh, that the scanner machine is not working, okay, and this is happening due to the curse of Pharaoh. That guard told this, okay, according to him it was the curse of Pharaoh that the fan stopped working. Now eventually the substitute fans worked well enough to finish the procedure. After checking that no data had been lost, the technicians turned Tut over to the workman who carried him back to the tomb, okay, and eventually those fans, those substitute white fans, two fans, those worked well and the process was completed. The process of scanning was completed nicely, in a good way, okay, and after checking that no data about Tut's mummy was lost, no data was harmed, no data was lost about Tut, after making sure that the archaeologist or the specialist, they handed over Tut's body to the workman back, and the workman put that body back into the burial place, into the tomb of King Tut. They put that body back there. Now less than 3 hours after he was removed from his coffin, the Pharaoh again rested in peace where the funerary priests had laid him so long ago, okay, and this process, the whole process of scanning was done within 3 hours, and within 3 hours the Tut's mummy was kept at the same place where the priest had led him to rest in peace, okay. So again the body was put at the same place, okay. Now back in the trailer, a technician pulled up astonishing images of Tut on a computer screen, and when let's go to the trailer again and what was happening in the trailer now. A technician, he was looking at the astonishing images of Tut's mummy, okay, on the computer screen. Those were shocking and surprising images. Now why? Let's see. A grey head took shape from a scattering of pixels, okay. After that, a grey head, means the Tut's mummy's or Tut's head was visible on the screen of computer, and it was grey and it was scattered into pixel, and then the pixels were coming closer, and those pixels formed a head of Tut, and the technician spun and tilted it in every direction. Now the technician spun that head on the screen, and tilted that head in every direction in order to check if there might be any injury or anything else. Such kind of a thing was there on Tut's head. To check that, technician spun and tilted the head in all direction. Neck vertebrae appeared as clearly as in an anatomy class, and neck vertebrae means the neck bone. Okay, so the neck bone was clearly visible on the computer screen, okay, as it is clearly visible in any anatomy class. Other images revealed a hand, several views of the rib cage, and a transection of the skull. Okay, and there was many images which were taken from different parts of Tut's body, hand, skull, okay, ribs. So there were many images appearing on the computer screen. But for now the pressure was off, and now the pressure on those technicians, the pressure on those archaeologists was over now, okay, because they had done what they had to do, okay, they had completed that. So now the pressure was off. Sitting back in his chair, Zahi Hawass smiled, visibly relieved that nothing had gone seriously wrong. Okay, now Zahi Hawass, after this, when everything was over and they were out of pressure now, so Zahi Hawass, the archaeologist, he rested back in his chair, means he was relaxed now. Okay. I didn't sleep last night, not for a second, he said. I was so worried, but now I think I will go and sleep. And Zahi was told that he could not sleep the previous night because the scanning was not done, and he was worried about the things. If anything, he was worried about Tut's mummy, if any things were missing there in Tut's mummy. Okay, so he was worried about that, and after checking that no data was missing from Tut's body or Tut's mummy, then he was relaxed, and now he was saying that now he will go and he will have a sound sleep, he will have a good sleep, okay, because he could not sleep properly from previous night. Now, by the time we left the trailer, descending metal stairs to the sandy ground, the wind had stopped, okay, and by the time when all the archaeologists and the workmen, they left the trailer and they were coming down from the metal stairs, okay, we already have seen that there was a spinning set of stairs. So as they were coming down from the metal stairs to the sand ground, okay, so by that time the wind was also stopped, okay. The winter air lay cold and still like death itself in this valley of departed, and the winter air, that was also still and cold, okay, means no air was blowing there, okay, and the air was still just like death in that valley of departed. Departed means the people, those who have left this world, those are known as departed. So that was the valley of departed people, okay. So this kind of atmosphere was created there in the end of this process of scanning. Means there was deserted atmosphere, sunsan, what we call in Hindi, okay. Now, just above the entrance of Tut's tomb stood Orion, the constellation that the ancient Egyptians knew as the soul of Osiris, okay, Osiris, the god of the afterlife, watching over the boy king, okay. And just above the just above the entrance of Tut's tomb, okay, there was the entrance to enter into Tut's tomb. So just above the entrance there was the picture or a statue of the god of afterlife. God of afterlife means in our India, if we believe, so in Hindu mythology, god of afterlife is Yamraj, okay. So there the god of afterlife was Osiris, which Egyptian people call Orion, okay. So that statue was built there, and people believed that probably that statue had a watch on Tut's mummy, on Tut's tomb, and that statue of the god afterlife, that statue protected Tut's mummy from any harm. So this was the chapter. I hope you might have understood it very well, okay, and very soon I will be present in front of you with a new video. Thank you very much.